A group of good friends, Haley, Grant, Paxton, Paige, Madeline, Lucas, and Elise. They rent a mansion in the Catskill Mountains for Elise's birthday. They are spending time outside the mansion. Although there is tension in the group due to the recent breakup of Haley and Grant. After that, the group realizes that they have run out of beer, and since they are in a mansion far from the city, they start looking to see if there is beer in the mansion. They search in the basement. There are no beers, but you find all kinds of old astrology things, including Paxton finds a box that contains tarot cards. Haley knows how to read the tarot cards. Haley doesn't want to do it, but they pressure her to do it, so they do it. They prepare everything on the table. When opening the box, a strange wind appears. Haley declares that using someone else's deck goes against an unwritten rule in the tarot. But Elise doesn't care since it's her birthday and wants her to do it. Haley tells Elise her horoscope. Elise receives the reading first and gets the High Priestess as the final result, along with the fact that she will climb the ladder of success.
You're climbing the ladder towards success.
Then it's Madeline's turn. Madeline gets the Hanged Man card, and she is advised not to run away when she is in a difficult situation. Then it's Paxton's turn, but he goes to the bathroom. So Paige comes next. She gets the Magician card. Paxton realizes that a door opens and closes by itself, but it's just the wind. Haley tells Paige that her card means that this month could be challenging and will prevent her from seeing clearly. Paxton gets the Fool card, which means a warning not to act on impulse. Then it's Lucas' turn. Lucas gets the Hermit. Haley mentions that the Hermit's light can lead him down the wrong path. And finally, Grant. Haley reveals that Grant has the tower and that his relationship is falling apart and he is destroying it himself. He also received the Devil. The two argue and Grant angrily suggests that she do her own reading. Haley does her own reading and gets the Death card and mentions that she always gets that love will lead her to death. Then the box starts to glow and we see a flashback of someone committing and so it begins. Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I am going to recap the movie. The next day, the group returns to campus. On the way, Lucas won $700 in the lottery. At night, Elise is alone in her dorm room. She hears noises in her attic, so she closes it. After a while, she hears another noise. When she checks behind her, there is a shadow. She turns on the lights and it's gone. The attic is open. She thinks it's a prank from her friends, so she goes up. There's no one upstairs, but a shadow appears. The lights start flickering. Suddenly, upside-down candles and crucifixes appear. The High Priestess card appears to her. And the High Priestess. Paige calls Elise. Elise goes to answer. But the High Priestess grabs her and kills her with the ladder.
What?
The next day, the news says that Elise's death was an accident. Her friends are surprised by the death, especially Paige. Lucas takes Madeline to her house. And as he's walking, a shadow appears. Paige wakes up from a nightmare. Elise consoles her. Haley confesses to Paige that her mother was battling an illness. And that's when Haley started learning to read the tarot. The cards always told Haley that her mother would not survive. So she tells Paige not to blame herself for Elise, since fate cannot be changed. Meanwhile, Lucas hears noises while walking. When he gets to the subway station, the lights start flickering. The shadow appears to him, walking slowly towards him. The lights keep going off. Lucas is scared shitless all alone with no one in sight. He finds a newspaper that says, and the Hermit appears to him. The Hermit appears to him again and kills him. The next day, the group learns that Lucas died. The police talk to them and just advise them to go home. Paige suggests they all stay together. Paxton believes one of their friends is the killer, and the girls rebuke him. Haley realizes that the card readings have something to do with it. Grant doesn't believe her, but the others think it makes sense. Haley searches on Paxton's laptop about the horoscope, and they find that many people in Mexico died after a reading. On the blog, they found an astrologer named Alma Astrom, and they go to ask her for help. They arrive at her house and knock on the door. Alma lets them in, and Haley tells her that she did some tarot card readings and her friends are dying. Haley describes the decks she used. Alma knows which decks they used and tells them that in Mexico in 1951, there were 6 mysterious deaths in less than 48 hours after they had their cards read. Then, in 1961, something similar happened. In London in 1988, the same thing happened, although only one of them came out alive. And Alma is the only one who could survive. Alma says she read the horoscope of everyone but her. She has been looking for the deck since then to destroy it. Alma shows them a drawing of an astrologer who in 1798 in Hungary was an astrologer for a count. One day the astrologer predicted that the count's wife and son would not survive childbirth. The count asks her to check the cards again, but it always came out the same. The astrologer and her daughter were banished. Shortly after, the horoscope came true. So the count accused the astrologer of witchcraft and killed the astrologer's daughter. So the astrologer, enraged by the pain, did a reading on the count and his close friends, condemning them to death, then committed and cursed the deck to kill anyone who used the cards. Soon after, the count and those close to him died. Now anyone who has their horoscope read with the cards will be cursed. Alma tells them that to maybe stop fate, they have to destroy the cards. Everyone believed except Grant. Madeline checks the video of her prediction. Then the car suddenly stops. Madeline thinks she's next. A drawing that says run appears on the window. Madeline gets scared and runs away from the car. The hanged man comes to attack them. Haley runs after Madeline, but the hanged man catches Madeline and kills her. Everyone runs away scared. Grant finally believes it all and wants to go back to the mansion to destroy the cards. Paxton wants to go alone. The friends want to stop him, but Paxton is too stubborn and goes alone. Paige books the house to go. As Paxton walks, he starts hearing noises and seeing a shadow. The fool is stalking him. Paxton, scared shitless, returns to campus, enters the elevator. He reaches the 5th floor, where the fool is waiting for him. He presses all the buttons. He calls Grant, but the call drops. The fool scares him every time the elevator opens. The fool enters the elevator. Meanwhile, the others arrive at the mansion. They grab the box and see online that it's better to burn the cards with fire to break the curse. But the problem is the cards won't burn. So they call Alma to help them. Alma performs a ritual to contact the astrologer. She manages to contact the astrologer. Alma starts bleeding and can't move. The astrologer takes the cards out of the box and begins to read Alma's horoscope. The 6 of Swords card comes up and Alma is dragged and killed with 6 swords. Haley, Grant, and Paige run away. Paige hears someone calling for help. The others realize Paige is gone. Paige looks for where the voice is coming from and is locked up. Meanwhile, the other 2 try to hide. Paige hears Haley's voice in the basement. The light bulb explodes in her eyes, preventing Paige from seeing. And then she meets the magician. Paige hides in a box. The magician finds her and cuts her in half. Only Grant and Haley are left. Haley gets the idea to read the astrologer's horoscope to turn the curse back on her. The devil then takes Grant away. Haley escapes and looks for a hiding place. She hides in a wardrobe. Death comes for her. Haley runs through the house, but Death won't let her escape. Death grabs her by the throat, and Grant comes to save her. Grant asks Haley to go read the cards, while he confronts the devil. But he can't overcome him, so he's dragged away. Haley reads the cards to the astrologer. The astrologer appears. Haley sees that all her cards are reversed and that the astrologer is suffering a lot of pain. The astrologer grabs Haley by the throat. The death card comes up for the astrologer. Grant is about to be taken by the devil, but then Death takes the astrologer and she is incinerated, ending the curse. And the cards burn. Haley and Grant walk towards the city and reconcile. Then a car comes, and it's Paxton who survived. As they return to the city, Haley tells Paxton everything. And that's the end of the movie. Wait, Paxton says he survived the fool because his roommate appeared at the exact moment, making the fool disappear. And that's it, end of the movie. If you got this far, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a like. I would really appreciate it. Until next time.